you want to take in this game, and there's no rush. Not to say that this game dumbs down the difficulty. Like, no, this game is shitting balls hard sometimes, and sometimes it's shitting balls easy. I mean, it really does depend on your playstyle and, you know, the AI you're faced with. Also, your early game. Early game in this game, however, is pretty like hard to come back from if it's really bad. Like, it really does depend. Sometimes you could be completely screwed, and it does happen. I've seen it happen.
And two.
But it also comes down to your play as well. So you can't really blame it all on, you know, the AI or the game. It does depend on your play. You should be well versed in Civ to pretty much be able to counteract any sort of bad difficulty you face in the Civilization games, or any early game rush or something like that. Like, it's usually because of your own greed for, oh, I need those last 2 warriors, or oh, I need that 5+ gold, or I need that library early on, or in the most common case, oh, I need that wonder early on, and because you build a wonder early on, you don't necessarily have enough defense to defend yourself against an invasion. And if you do get invaded and die early on, that's your own fault. I mean, that's just your greed. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, if you're playing Civilization 5, that does come up. And you just need to not focus on wonders a lot. I mean, the AI is so powerful early on in this game that it really doesn't matter if you have early game or not, because they're generally going to always have early game. They're always going to. The only way to really get early game in this game and dominate the early game, as well as potentially, you know, use that domination of early game to snowball your way to victory, would be to, I guess, play a civilization that has a really good early game, like Rome or something, or Persia, and conquer people. Like, if they have an early game warrior unit, don't use him for defending. Don't use your early game units for defending. Use them for attacking. Destroy them. Conquer them. And that's pretty much about it. And let's see what else we could do. We can move forward and heal up. Next. Okay. I mean, that's all this game is, right? As well, right? I mean, it's all a bunch of gambling and sort of pseudo decision making, adventure time story. I mean, I don't know how you would decipher how this game really is. I mean, on paper it's a strategy game, a turn-based strategy game, but if you go look more in depth with the game and more kind of its mechanics and blah blah blah, you can see that it's more about gambling. It's more about risk, reward. It's more about what you really want to do. It's more about that. I mean, it's kind of a little very fascinating, to be honest, to make hard decisions like that and not know whether they're good or bad until they really kick you in the ass. It's really interesting. I mean, but at the same time, it could be super frustrating. I mean, because initially you're going to build a wonder that can upgrade your civilization to a whole new level, get you up to speed in the early game. Then all of a sudden, asshole McGee goes around and goes like, "Hey, I'm just going to build this wonder in 3 turns and completely annihilate you." Okay, before I get messages, thank you. Because sometimes I do get a lot of messages when I record, and not that I hate it, but at the same time, it is annoying. It kind of throws me off as well. You will pay for this. I don't care, man. But yeah, this is why Civilization is so fun to play sometimes. But then again, the early decisions and the quick decisions that you do make really impact the early game, late game, early late game, and middle game, like mid game. But when you enter the late game, like where I am right now, where we are right now, it really doesn't matter. Like, once you get up to this part of the game, it's kind of very clear who's going to win. And there's never really kind of a race to victory, because if you're doing a culture game, you're always Well, you're not always, but if you don't really set yourself up for it early, you're going to lose at the culture game. Or the culture victory in Civilization 5. I mean, now with the new Brave New World culture victory and the new revamped culture system, it should be very easy to get a cultural victory, but and with a little bit less hassle and a little bit less grinding. But at the same time, if you don't start your culture game early, like in this game, Gods and Kings, it's nigh on impossible to ever win one, because the fact is that the AI early game can just get a lot more faith early on, culture early on, food production. It's just crazy. But it's still possible to win, but you just have to set yourself up for it. You can't just like magically just like go doodle who my name is Tits McGee and I'm just going to go and get a cultural victory after like what 50 turns of focusing on military units. Like it just doesn't work like that. Sorry about that. I don't know why my throat's a little bit it's been phlegmy a lot, and I don't smoke. I'm being straight with you guys, but it's been phlegmy for some reason. I don't know why. I don't like it too. It's been hard to talk sometimes. But I guess, you know, with more eating that I have been eating actually before I started recording. But I guess it's just a matter of like, you know, mucus. Mucus just happens. Mucus says, mucus does. What mucus says, mucus do. Well, it does. What am I saying? I just like destroyed that entire saying of monkey sees, monkey do in like 2 seconds. Shouldn't it be monkey does? However, it does kind of make sense. No, it should be monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah, it should be. What am I saying? Making new catchphrases. Pretty much butchering an entire language, culture, philosophy. Moscow, get the fuck out of my empire. Why do you build so many guided missiles, man? Alright, so right now, let's see what else we can do. Okay, so over here. Actually, let's move my forces. Yay! Close to Honolulu. Woo! Conquer! And let's see. Pull back. You can go forward. I'm probably going to heal over here and then move up my forces. Like so. Alright, so what's next?
Yom Tavla.
Please, thank you. Bactra, don't even. I don't care. Just give me peace. Alright, good. Alright, so now we can finally move my forces. Get out of here. And we can now move my little planes over here, like, woo! Oh, this takes a while. Alright, so we are super close to victory right now. We only need to conquer a few more civilizations left. Once we conquer India, we're going to move back and go after Arabia, and we should be done. Like, this is pretty epic. And soon we can use that nuclear missile on Delhi. Once we nuke Delhi, we're just going to make a mad dash all the way to Delhi and conquer the city. Like, first we have to nuke the city, however. I mean, it just won't work if we don't nuke it. I mean, we need to tell Gandhi to fuck you. I mean, to fuck off. Well, to fuck you and to fuck off. I mean, I don't know. Fuck you, fuck off. Same thing, kind of. Fuck off means to get away. Fuck you is an insult, but... Or it could mean a statement of someone wanting to have sex with someone. Which, you know, it's not really... Yeah, they're two different meanings. I'm trying to piece together where fuck actually